Hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys, and it is the first video of 2023. So everyone, I hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve. I know I did. How much do I remember? Not much, but anyway, I hope everyone had a fantastic New Year's. And hey, welcome to 2023, and I'm very excited to continue making content and hopefully growing the channel even more this year. I'm very excited for the future. But today, I thought what better video to start the year with than my most anticipated films for this year. So to those who want to see the second part of my ranking of every 2022 movie, that should be my next video. And my TV series video is coming. I'm just finishing his Dark Materials off. So yeah, once that's done, I'll do my TV ranking for 2022 as well. But anyway, I've got 10 films here. I'm not going to do honourable mentions again because there are just so many films coming out this year. There's so many great directors bringing out movies. There's a lot of actually interesting blockbusters this year as well. I think a lot more interesting than last year's blockbusters. So yeah, but I've got 10 films here that I want to talk about. So yeah, again, if I miss something off, something that you're really looking forward to, I'm probably still really looking forward to it. Unless it's Kraven the Hunter. But anyway, let's crack on. So coming in 10th place, my 10th most anticipated film for next year is going to be one that's going to surprise a lot of people. But it is. And again, some of these might not have posters. So there might be a fan-made thing here or something. Wonka. Yeah, Wonka. I know that this isn't one that many people are particularly looking forward to, but the behind the scenes set photos and stuff have looked really, really cool, and Timothée Chalamet just looks brilliant in this role. I'm really looking forward to seeing another quirky take on this character. I'm a huge fan of the original Gene Wilder Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think it's such a great movie, and I'm really excited to see a prequel to that. And I think they can do a lot with this story, and I'm very, very curious to see what direction they're going to go with this one. So yeah, Wonka, I am surprisingly quite looking forward to this one. I think it is my inner childhood of watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory a lot coming out there though. But anyway, next up, coming in 9th place, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Never in a million years did I think I'd put an Illumination animation movie in a most anticipated list. And second, after the cast list they announced and how laughed at it was, I didn't think I'd put this movie anywhere near my top 20. But you know what? The trailers have been excellent. The animation style fits Nintendo so well. The voice acting from everyone but Chris Pratt has been really on point so far, actually, from what I've heard in the trailers. And, you know, I've got to say, I'm a huge Mario fan. I've got, like, 6 Mario games right over there on my Switch. I love Mario. I'm really excited. It looks like they've captured this world really well so far from the trailers. And as I say, the Illumination animation style, while it looks cheap on all their other movies, you can feel Nintendo breathing down their neck here to make sure that this product looks a lot better and looks like a Nintendo movie. And you can really get that. I think this is going to be Illumination's best film. I mean, it's not hard. They don't really have any crackers so far. But I think this film's going to do well for them, and I'm surprisingly really excited for it. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm looking forward to it. Then, in 8th place, we have Dune Part 2. That's right, Denis Villeneuve. I can never pronounce his name after reviewing the first film last year and talking about a bunch of his other movies. But I'm a huge fan of this guy. I've loved all his movies I've seen. I think the only one I've got left to see is Enemy, I think. But yeah, I think Prisoners is still my favourite from him. But he's such a fantastic director. And while Dune 1 personally disappointed me a little bit because it was still a really good movie, but I think there was some pacing issues with it for sure. Apparently that is going to be rectified in the second part because it is kind of a conclusion to this first big story in the Dune universe. So I am really excited to see what he can do with that. Hopefully it will improve in that area. But the thing to look forward to with Dune is, you know, you're going to have a visually beautiful movie. And in terms of, like, writing as well, you're probably going to get one of the best written films next year. The screenplay, I'm sure, is going to be brilliant. And I can't wait. Also, the cast is fantastic. They've added a couple more members, like Florence Pugh. Big win. So there's a lot of reasons to look forward to this movie, and I'm very excited for it. So coming in 7th place is going to be the only Marvel film in my top 10, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I am looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania as well, and the Marvels, sort of looking forward to that one. I think the thing with Marvel is the last 2 years since COVID, I personally have felt the burnout. Like before COVID, I think I would have probably put the Ant-Man in my top 10 as well, but I'm really starting to feel the Marvel burnout. There's been a lot more films that range from the mid to bad range than good from this phase, which is a shame. Don't get me wrong, there are a couple really good products in phase 4, but I felt the burnout a bit now. And to be honest, Guardians probably wouldn't have been in my top 10 of the year, but the trailer was so good that I couldn't not put it in my top 10 because the trailer was excellent. It looks like it's going to pull on a lot of heartstrings here. We know that this is going to be the last film for a couple of the members of the team here. My guess is Rocket and Drax are going to be the two that leave us in this movie, and they really play on that in this one, and you can see that Rocket's going to be a big focus. Also thought the trailer was just really well shot as well. You can tell this is made by a much more competent director than a lot of the other ones which have been floating about in Marvel recently, and that being, of course, Mr. James Gunn. He's such a fantastic man. I love him. Good work with DC so far, James Gunn. I'm pleased that you're hitting the reset button. Even though I love Henry Cavill, but hey, I'm happy about it. Well, I'm not happy that he's gone, but I'm happy that we're getting a bit of a reset. Anyway, enough of that. But yeah, no, so far it's looking great. The music piece they used throughout it, fantastic. And the effects so far looking really good as well. I got a feeling this is going to be a Marvel film which pulls people back to the cinema a lot, because I'm not sure Ant-Man's going to do that. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that film's going to do well, but I got a feeling Guardians is going to bring back a lot more people. Then in, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place, we have Asteroid City. This is the film I'm doubting is going to be a poster. So if there isn't a poster for it, which I'm pretty certain there isn't, here's a picture of Mr. Wes Anderson. Because Wes Anderson is one of my personal favourite directors. He has 2 films out next year. I've picked this one out of the 2 because I really don't know much about either of them, because there hasn't been a trailer. There's barely, I don't think there's posters for either of them even. But the reason I picked this one is because of the cast. It's stacked. Number one, you've got his usual suspects there that you see in all these films, like Jeff Goldblum and, Adrian Brody and people like that. But listen to this cast. You've also got Edward Norton, Margot Robbie, Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Steve Carell, and Bryan Cranston. Like, he's added so many big names to this movie. And I can't wait to see it. Like, the cast is stacked. I really enjoyed The French Dispatch, but The Grand Budapest Hotel was a home run for me. That was like a perfect film. Since then, The Isle of Dogs was very underwhelming, and French Dispatch was just decent. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting another really solid Wes Anderson film this year that we can see going up for Oscars next year, because that would be absolutely fantastic. Then in 5th place, we have Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, again, I don't really know much about this one either, but it's Martin Scorsese. I am always going to be there for a Martin Scorsese movie. I love the man. I have yet to see a bad film from him. And to be fair, everyone who's seen most of his filmography said there's very few bad films there anyway. And the last film, of course, was The Irishman. I had some problems with it, but I really enjoyed it overall. And I'll be giving it a rewatch before this one, because I've been meaning to do that for some time anyway. But yeah, this film, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, 2 of the best leads ever. I mean, come on. It's going to be a great film. I don't know whether it's going straight to Netflix, or I'm hoping it's going to go to cinema, because, you know, I'd really like to see a Scorsese film on the big screen again. But yeah, that's number 5. Quick drink. Right. Next up, in 4th place, we have Mission Impossible. Yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise is back again after the year he's had last year with the quite impressive and unbelievable success of Maverick, Top Gun. It's exciting seeing back. The Mission Impossible franchise just weirdly keeps getting better. Fallout is my favourite of the bunch. I'm going to be surprised if they can top that, because that film was just so good in my opinion. But I'm hoping we can reach the heights of Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation and Fallout. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be the drop-off point, because he's only doing 2 more. So I'm really hoping that they can stick the landing here. But so far, everything I've seen to do with this movie looks fantastic. The trailer's great. This huge stunt they've just done where he goes off this ramp on a motorbike, incredible. And again, just the surrounding cast around this movie as well, and the efforts and the lengths they're going to make this film look and feel as real as it does. It's impressive, man. I can't wait to see it. So yeah, Mission Impossible. got to be on the list. Next up, third place, we have Barbie. Okay, so let's be honest. We got Greta Gerwig here at the helm of this, who's done Lady Bird. Now, I actually haven't seen Lady Bird, but I'll make sure that I have by the time I've seen Barbie. And I hear that film's absolutely incredible. On top of that, it's got a great crew surrounding it. I forget who the person is who's doing the score, but they're incredible as well. It's got some really good cinematographers around it. And the cast as well, again, is just stacked with Margot Robbie in the lead, Ryan Gosling, and there's just a whole bunch of other people. You got the guy who plays Shang-Chi in there, you got the new Doctor Who. There's just a really, really solid cast amongst this movie, and the trailer was just really good. It was very self-aware, but at the same time showing how unique this film is going to be for its colour palette and its cinematography. And I can't actually wait for this movie, weirdly. But yeah, I'm still annoyed that they're not going to play the song I'm a Barbie Girl at the end credits or something. So they said it won't feature in the movie, which is a damn missed opportunity. They should have put it on the end credits or something. But anyway, second place is going to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So, I mean, the trailer was good. It wasn't amazing. But the reason it's here is because I grew up with those 3 Indiana Jones films. And I am so excited to see Harrison Ford back in the role. And, you know, it's being directed by James Mangold, who, of course, most people will know from Walk the Line, Ford vs. Ferrari, and Logan. Logan had some of the best de-aging effects ever, so I'm expecting that side of things to be really good here, because we are going to see a de-aged Harrison Ford. But to people who are worried about that, because, you know, it's got Disney's name on it, because everyone loves to be upset with them nowadays, you know, it is James Mangold, and look at what he did with Logan. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. And again, you know, you got a great cast. Phoebe Waller-Bridges is such a good actress, and she's also a really good writer, because I know she had a hand in that. And, you know, Mads Mikkelsen in it playing the villain. Such a perfect indie villain. And, you know, with that trailer, when you hear the theme song at the end, the nostalgia that comes back is so great. So, yeah, Indiana Jones, I'm buzzing for this. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'll be there opening night for that one for sure. But coming in first place is going to be Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse is potentially my favourite comic book movie ever. It's between that and The Batman. Honestly, I love Into the Spider-Verse. I think that animation style to it is perfect. The pacing is flawless. The characters are great. And I love how unique and different it feels to any other comic book movie. It's funny, I know I said Guardians was the only Marvel film on here. I meant MCU, because obviously this is Marvel as well. But yeah, no, this is just it. I'm so excited. The trailer looked brilliant. I can't wait to see all these weird, wacky versions of Spider-Man, because I am aware of a few of them. You know, in the trailer we get to see a couple which look familiar. And the voice cast, again, just looks great. So, yeah, Across the Spider-Verse, I'm so excited for this movie. I do genuinely believe it's going to be one of the best films next year. Because, you know, after what they did with the first film, there's no doubt in my mind that this film's just going to blow it out of the water again, I think. But anyway, there you go. There are my 10 most anticipated movies for 2023. That's if none of them get their dates moved, because this happened last year. Last year, Indiana Jones was on my list, and it got pushed back a year. Like, literally the day I uploaded the video. It was ridiculously bad timing. But anyway, that is it for this video, guys. Please let me know in the description below what maybe your top 10 or top 5 most anticipated films for next year are. There's a lot of good ones coming out for sure. As I say, definitely missed some. But nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed as always, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message. And as always, I'll see you all next time for another video. Bye-bye.